All right, good afternoon, everybody. It is our stress-free session. I like to say the holiday stress-free session, but as I said, we'll go a little slower some of the postures. Nothing too crazy. Of course, we don't do anything that crazy anyway, but just on the safe side anyway. So we'll make this one happen. Okay, let's start off on cat-cow. So we're going to be on all fours. Remember, for your knees, if you're on a hardwood floor or something similar, a blanket or a towel as necessary. Shoulders over the wrist, hips over the knees. And with your inhales, take your gaze up, drop the stomach down. With your exhale, hunch forward like an angry cat, exhaling the whole way. Inhale. Make it nice and slow, nice and long. Exhale, roll the pelvis in. And we're inhaling and exhaling through the nose. As we inhale, take the tailbone up and out. Exhale, pull the tailbone in. Your pelvis is rolling in, stomach rolls in. Inhale. Exhale. That's it. Pull away from those shoulders as you pull your stomach in. Lift the chest up and forward with your inhale. Couple of more. Nice and long, exaggerated movements. And bring it to neutral on your last set. And from all fours, our quad pose. Hands and knees are there. Keep your butt in the air. Chin and chest come down slowly. Chin to the mat. Now take the legs all the way back. Big toes together, feet are flat, chin is on the mat, elbows are tucked in. A baby cobra. Lift chin and chest. So I say a baby cobra, so we're not using the hands per se. The hands are on the mat, but don't press against them. Keep your head neutral. Keep your feet and legs flat on the mat. Inhale. Exhale, release your chin to the mat. Push up to all fours. And child's pose. Hips to heels. You can keep the arms extended. Fold it or to your sides if you'd like. I'll leave that up to you for this one. If your hips do not touch the heels, no problem here. And if it's sort of hard to breathe, take the knees and open them up a little bit. You might be able to sink a little deeper back into the posture. 2 more breaths, nice and deep inhalations and exhalations through the nose. Last breath in. With that next breath, inhale, let's lift up to all fours. Another set of cat-cows. Go ahead and do this on your own here. Remember to exaggerate the moves. As you inhale, lift the tailbone up. As you exhale, pull that stomach in towards the spinal column. Remember, as you breathe, you are moving. So try to connect the breath and the movement. Looks great, folks. Couple of more. Great way to get the spinal column up and moving for the day, or getting that last bit of flexion in before you call it a night. Spinal work is always good. All right, last set. We'll meet back in neutral. And from all fours, once again, chin and chest come down to the mat. Leave your butt in the air. Chin touches the mat. Take the legs straight back. Big toes together, feet are flat, elbows tucked in. Cobra pose. Press down, lift chin and chest up. This time, add a little bit of pressure as we press our hands into the mat. Keep your head neutral. Don't look right in front of you. Just look straight down at the mat there. That's fine. Elbows are tucked in. Shoulders pull away from the ears. Inhale. Exhale, recover. Chin to the mat. Take your arms to the sides. We're here for 3 breaths. Breath inhalation number 2 as you take it in nice and deep. And as you exhale through the nose, you sink a little deeper, more comfortable onto the mat. Last breath in. Great. On that next inhale, hands underneath the shoulders, push up to all fours. Woo. And from quad pose, come underneath your toes. Now lift your knees off the mat a couple of inches. Great. So we're working the core. Tilt the pelvis, lift the tailbone up just a little bit more. Nice. All right, from here, I want you to push those hips to the wall behind you. So we're pushing on the mat with the hands, arms extend. Maybe your head is in between the arms at this point, legs are still bent. And from here, lift the hips up, extend the legs, heels come down towards the mat. If your heels do not touch the mat, no problem, you'll be fine. Hey, let's walk it out. Let's walk the legs, lift one heel, lower the other. Simple walking movement here. Remember, if you're having wrist or shoulder issues, you can always come down to your forearms and do this from turbo dog. All right, come onto your toes, lift the heels up, nice and tall, and heels come down. Great, this is our downward dog posture, Adho Mukha Svanasana. And from here, one inhale, and with your exhale, bring your knees down, and child's pose. So you can fold your arms, push your hips to your heels. We are here for 3 breaths. Nice deep inhalations. Push a little more air out with your exhalations. Last breath in. And with your next inhale, all fours, we lift up. Nice, from quad pose. This time, lean forward a little bit. Chin and chest come down. Keep the butt in the air. Take the legs straight back. Big toes together, feet are flat. Cobra, lift chin and chest up. Somewhat slow, methodical movements. I know we've done this a few times. Now, pull the shoulders away from the ears. Your hips may be cinched, but make sure the feet are flat. One breath in. And with your exhale, release your chin to the mat. Push up to all fours. Nice. Hey, remember, we're going up to downward dog again. However, if your wrists are giving you fits, come to your forearms to do your downward dog, or turbo dog as we like to call it, okay? All right, here we go. Come underneath your toes, lift your hips up into your best downward dog posture. Make any adjustments as necessary. Hands are about shoulders width apart, fingers are spread. Favor that pinky though. Feet, no more than hips width apart if you can. All right, let's start with the left leg. Lift it up, bend at the knee, open up at the hip. Hip openers. Keep that right heel flat on the mat if you can. Lift the left knee up a little higher. Nice. Steady on here. Give me a couple more breaths in. 2 more breaths. Thank you, Rain. With that last exhale, left foot comes down, right leg comes up. If you need to take a break, go ahead and do it. We'll keep moving here slowly. Our right leg is up. We bend the right leg, and it's a hip opener. The left heel is coming down to the mat, trying to keep it flat. Nice. 1 more breath in. And with your exhale, recover the right foot down. Knees come down into Balasana. Sorry about that. Rain is doing a lot of breathing for us here. As we go into Balasana, your best posture for Balasana. Arms folded, arms to your sides, whatever you need. Take all the pressure off of the shoulders. We're here for 3 breaths. Remember, with your exhales, maybe you sink a little deeper into the posture. All right, last breath in. And on that next inhale, bring it up to all fours. Ooh, nice. Okay, let's keep going. From here, take the right foot forward. So the left knee is down, right foot is forward. That right ankle slightly in front of the right knee. The right hand on top of the right knee. And let's twist to the right. We're twisting towards the right knee, the right leg. And my hand is on top of the right leg. It's giving me a bit of an anchor point to push a little harder, to twist a little deeper. This is absolutely fine. If you want to go a little further, do something different, the right arm can extend up towards the ceiling. If you're reaching your arm up, keep the fingers active. Reach and engage. If you don't have any neck issues, you're looking past that right hand towards the ceiling. Of course, if you do have neck issues, keep the head neutral. Awesome. One more breath. And with the exhale, recover. Right hand comes down. Shift the hips back. Extend the right leg. Bring the right toes up. So we're not going too deep with this one. We haven't worked a whole lot into the hamstrings yet. So nice and easy. I won't say kiss your right knee. Just, favor the right leg. Nice. Awesome. One more breath. And with that exhale, bring the right leg back. And let's go right into the other side. Left leg comes forward. Once again, left ankle slightly in front of the left knee. Right hand can be on the mat. And if that's not quite comfortable, feel free to use a block with that right hand. Left hand on top of the left knee. Twist to the left. Now you're going to feel this if you're pressing down with that left hand. You'll feel this in your upper left portion of your chest, your left pectoral. You'll feel the twist in the lower mid-range of your back. And of course, optional, lift your left arm up towards the ceiling and reach. So the fingers are active. You're reaching for the ceiling if your arm is lifted. Extend and breathe. Nice deep inhalations. Awesome. One more breath. And with that exhale, recover. Ooh, hands come down and shift the hips back. Lengthen that left leg. Your torso comes down over the left leg. Not a whole lot, just until you start to feel that stretch get a little deeper in the hamstring and maybe the calf. I am flexing my left foot. Nice and easy over the leg. Good. All right, we got this. One more breath in. And with that next inhale, recover. Slide the leg back. Let's come back to all fours. From all fours, chin and chest come down. Keep your butt in the air. Legs go straight back. We're lying flat, hands underneath the shoulders. Cobra, lift chin and chest. Add as much pressure as you want to come up as high as you'd like. Or do a baby cobra. We're working into the back, nice and easy. Some of us have a lot of stress in that low back. That's what we're gunning for. Give me one more breath in. Exhale, release chin to mat. Press up to all fours. Nice. And from all fours, downward facing dog. So we're going to go downward dog to Tadasana. So come underneath your toes. Lift your hips up into your best downward dog posture. And from here, walk your feet to your hands or your hands to your feet. Leave it to you. Either way, you can bend your knees a little bit and start to roll up. Hands can come on top of the knees to help you come up nice and easy. With a bent leg, come all the way up to standing and shake it off a bit. Woo, okay. Tadasana, mountain pose. So the feet can be together or slightly apart, depending on how your balance is this evening. Take a look at your toes. Go ahead and lift all 10 toes. Try to spread the toes out. Literally spread the toes out as we work into the inner arches here. Toes are out and down onto the mat. Good. Legs are firm. Stomach is in. Chest is soft. Shoulders, bring them up. Take them back. Drop them down. Fingers are energized towards the floor. Chin is slightly tucked. Breath and movement. Inhale, bring the arms up. Inhaling the whole way. Exhale, arms come down. Once again, working into the breath. Inhale, arms up. Exhale. Inhale. Let's try some forward folds now. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, forward fold as we swan dive down. Keep the knees soft, reaching for the mat. Top of the feet or shins. Come up halfway. So we have a flat back. So the hands can rest on the legs. Now my legs are relatively lengthened here. They're nice and long. However, bending them a little bit is absolutely fine. No problem with that as we protect our lower back. Make sure your core, your stomach is in. Chest comes forward. Shoulders away from the ears. Inhale. Exhale, slide your hands down your legs, reaching for the mat. And reverse your swan dive, lift up, reach up all the way, inhaling the whole way. Exhale, forward fold, bring it down. Halfway up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Bring it up all the way. Great. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Reach up, extend. And exhale your arms to the sides. Groovy. Looks good. All right, here we go. Let's keep moving here. From Tadasana, mountain pose. Chair pose, Utkatasana. We've got a couple to do here, so let's take the first one nice and easy. Hands can just rest on the legs, and let's just have a nice sit down. So we're gonna bend the knees as if we're sitting down into that invisible chair. Now, for those of you that might be sitting in a chair at this point, you can still work this to a degree, just a lot of leg strength to come just off the chair, just till you're hovering. Go ahead and lean forward a little bit as necessary, but we are targeting the legs, the quads, the hams, everything in the legs at this one. The core, you've got to work on your own. To pull the stomach in, bring your torso back a bit. Good. Now, for those of you that are really into this, of course, your arms are already up. That's fine. And if you can't have your arms all the way up, parallel to the floor is fine, or at heart center. And if none of that's going to work for you, don't sweat it. Take your hands wherever you need to. Wall, chair, wherever is fine. All right, I know, legs are burning now. Give me one more breath. And with the exhale, forward fold. So we lengthen the legs, reach for the mat. Nice. Come up halfway with the breath. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Reverse your swan dive, lift up. Reach up all the way. Exhale your arms to the sides. Groovy. Okay, one more. And we won't go as deep, but let's work on form here. So if you're able, inhale your arms up. They can stay shoulders width apart, and sit down into Utkatasana. So as I said, not as deep. So we're bending the knees. We're still sitting down in that invisible chair, but it's a high bar stool. We'll call it that. Now, let's take a look at the torso. We're trying to keep the torso as tall as possible. Oftentimes, the more we bend the knees, the lower our torso goes. But let's try to bring it up, because this is all about the lower back here. So good. I don't care if the legs are not bent that much. Good. Hang in there. Keep the stomach in. Arms are strong. 2 more breaths. One more breath in. And with your last exhale, bring the arms down. Forward fold as you reach for the mat. Good. Come up halfway. Flat back. We're here for 3 breaths. So it's a flat back. The hands can rest on the legs. A slight bend in the knees if you need to here. I don't want you to lock your legs out per se. But the chest comes forward, shoulders roll back, and our core is still working. It's in, supporting the lower back. All right, give me one more inhale. With your exhale, forward fold, reaching for the mat. And this time, just roll up slowly. So bend the knees, pull that stomach in and roll up. The arms are hanging, the head hangs. Bring it all the way up to Tadasana. Groovy. Woo, and shake it off. All right, we have to step it out here. That works fine. Okay. Let's come back to Tadasana, mountain pose. Thunderbolt prayer twist. Inhale, bring the arms up, palms come together. Exhale your breath as the hands come down past your third eye to your heart center. All right. If your hand's at your heart center, go ahead and sit down yet again in the chair pose. And we're going to twist to the right. Twist to the right. Now, that left elbow can rest on the right leg. Doesn't have to, though. Just keep that twisting action coming. And we are sitting back. I know this is our third chair pose. I know. We've got some twisting action here, working to the lower abdominal organs. Good stuff here. One breath. And with your exhale, come back to center. Let's do the other side. We twist to the left. Try to keep the feet pointing 12 o'clock straight ahead as we twist the torso to the left. Once again, that right elbow can now rest on the leg, but it doesn't have to. If you need to keep the torso up a little taller, that's fine. Twist a little deeper. Looks good. Give me one more breath in. With your exhale, bring it back to center. One more breath in. And with your exhale, forward fold, lengthening the legs as you reach for the mat. And yet again, let's roll up slowly. So I'm bending the knees, using the core, supporting the back. Bring it all the way up to standing. Nice. Step it out a bit. Wow. Good. All right. Balance. Tree pose. Vrikshasana. So, of course, with our balancing postures, if you need the balance, putting a hand against the wall, a windowsill, a chair, or wherever you're practicing with, that's absolutely fine. Let's start balancing on the right leg for tree. So we're going to ground that right leg down. We'll start in phase one, as I like to call it, for tree. So I come onto the toes of my left foot. My knee goes out 90 degrees, or I'm going for 90. The heel is over, not on the right ankle. So it's a hip opener here with this knee going out. Hands at heart center. For those of you that are going deeper, you can go to phase two, bringing that left foot slightly higher. Or if you want to bring that foot all the way up, as far as you can, planting that heel high up into the right thigh. That's fine as well. Go where you can this evening. And of course, you can grow your limbs of your tree however you see fit. It's your tree. If growing your limbs isn't happening tonight, that's fine. Foot starts to slip, you can take it down to a lower level. And if you're having any issues at the waist, knees, bring the toes all the way down. Go where you can tonight on this one. Okay. Try to keep the torso tall. One more breath in. And recover. Nice. Other side. Ground down with that left leg. Bring that right foot. So I'm taking my right ankle just over the left ankle here. The right heel over the left ankle, not on it though. And taking my leg out as far as I can, trying to get to 90 degrees. Hands at heart center. This is phase one. Of course, if you want to go to phase two, bring that leg up a little higher. Stomach is in, torso's tall, shoulders are back. For those of you that are going deeper into this, feel free to take your gaze up to the ceiling and maybe even start a small back bend. Have fun with it, and if you fall out, don't sweat it. Come on back in, you'll be fine. Vary the movements of your limbs if you like. Awesome, folks. One more breath in. And recover. Bring it down. Great. Tadasana. Mountain pose. From Tadasana, inhale, bring the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Keep the knees soft as we bring it down. Come up halfway. Exhale, bring those hands down as close as you can. If you can touch the mat, great. All right, from here, let's come back to the mat. So you can either walk your hands forward or walk your feet back. Let's go to downward facing dog. Or your best version of downward dog from here. And remember, you can always come into turbo dog, your forearms on the mat. Good. One breath here. Inhale. And with your exhale, bring one knee down, then the other to all fours. From all fours, hands and knees are there. Just lean forward, chin and chest come down, legs straight back. Cobra pose, your variation, lift chin and chest. It can be a baby cobra, or you can extend the arms all the way. So it's also a variation of up dog. I'll leave that to you. Good. Inhale again. Exhale, release back to the mat. Child's pose. Push up to all fours, hips to heels, arms in whatever position you'd like. We are here for 4 breaths. A great chance to just scan the body, sink the hips towards the heels. Two more breaths. And with that last inhale, bring it up to your knees for camel pose, Ustrasana. All right, of course, if you need extra cushioning for the knees, feel free to use a blanket or a towel. Knees and feet are 6 to 8 inches apart, roughly. We're going to take our hands on our low back. Only 2 sets here for this one, so let's take it easy and make sure we have our alignment. The idea, we push the pelvis forward, the heart, we lift, and we roll the shoulders back. So pelvis forward, lift the heart, maybe the chin a little bit, shoulders roll back, and it's a back bend. It's a light one, but you should feel your quadriceps light up at this point. But keep the pelvis moving forward. That's important here. Your hips, your glutes may be tight at this point. That's fine. Keep the heart lifting. So we expand and extend the spinal column. One more breath. And with your exhale, recover. Let's bring the forehead all the way to the mat if we can. Or you can just fold your arms and rest your head, arms or your hands for your head. The idea is to release all the tension along the back. We're here for 3 breaths. Never a rush with camel posture. Last breath in. And with your exhale, let's bring it up again, please. Okay, set number 2. Hands on lower back. You can go deeper now if you'd like. I'm fine with that. Pelvis forward, shoulders roll back, lift the heart. And going deeper, if you want, you can take your hands to your heels. And if you can grab your heels, get a good grip, and then really push the pelvis forward, lift the heart, maybe come back a little deeper. Only go where you can hang in there and not lose your mind on this one. Hey, keep breathing, folks. Do not stop breathing on this posture. Nice, one more breath. And with your exhale, recover. Cores in, bring it all the way down. Nice and easy. We're here for 4 breaths. Chance just to release all the tension in that back. Let it go. 2 more breaths. Great. And from here, let's bring it up. Pigeon pose. So with our pigeon pose, we're going to take this nice and easy. From all fours, you can bring your left knee to your left wrist and bring that foot out a bit, trying to get the left shin parallel to the front of the mat. Extend the right leg, torso comes up, and then bring the torso down. Once again, you can fold your arms and rest your head on your arms. We're trying to keep the shoulders and the hips square to the front of your mat. Now, if this is not going to work for you for this version of pigeon, we have a variation. So since our left knee is forward, here's what we're going to do. If you need the variation, please use it. We'll lie down on your back, legs are bent, cross your left foot over your right knee. You can take your left hand, add a little pressure on the inside of that left knee until you feel it in your left hip. That's a great option right here. If you want to go a little deeper with it, you can thread the needle, grab behind your right leg, and pull that right knee in towards you, that whole right leg towards you. And as you pull it in, the closer that knee, the right knee gets to you, you're going to feel it in your left hip. Some of you may be able to work hamstrings with this one by extending the leg and reaching behind the calf. And if you can do that, keeping your head on the mat, even better. So you'll start working the hamstrings and the left hip. We have a lot of variations in our practice. Wherever you're at this evening is fine. Hang in there. If you're doing the standard pigeon, we're ultimately trying to get our left shin to the front of the mat, parallel to the front. Now, mine is not, probably won't be anytime soon. Back in my 20s, I might have done it, but yeah, anyway. We're doing it. We're doing great no matter what. All right, folks, we're pretty good here. Give me 3 more breaths from wherever you're at. Last breath in. And with your exhale, if you're doing the full version of pigeon, bring your torso up. If you're on your backs with the variation, just switch your legs. That's all you need to do. All right, folks. Oh, we'll slide that left leg back. I'm going to stretch it out a bit here. Those of you that are on your backs, you're already in your posture with the right foot crossing over the left knee. And everyone else, let's do the other side. Bring the right knee up to the right wrist. And I'm bringing that right foot out a bit. I'm a little tighter on this side than the other. Left leg is back, and we bring the torso down. Now, if bringing the torso down is not going to happen, if it's too much for you, don't sweat it. You can keep the torso up. You can even get some help with some blocks. Keep your torso up a little higher. There's a lot of activity going on in the body when we do pigeon pose, including you're going to feel in that right knee, possibly the right hip, maybe even your low back. So take it easy and possibly just use a variation. That's why we have the variations in our practice. Other than that, wherever you're at, sink into the posture. Just try to sink in a little deeper. And we sink into the postures with our exhales. Our exhales, we manage to release the tension and sink. Any tight spots, just breathe into them. Remember, our scale of 1 to 10 doesn't stop. So 1, it feels great. 10, you'd rather be doing anything else. When it reaches 5.5, I need you to switch up, please. All right, 2 more breaths. And on that last inhale, bring it up. Woo! So if you're doing the full version, stretch out that right leg. If you're doing the seated posture, if you're on your back, come on up to a seated posture. We'll meet you. So let's all take a seat, legs out in front for Mariachana. So it's our twisting action. So let's start off in staff pose, Dandasana. So we're seated, legs out in front. Go ahead and flex the toes, flex the feet. The toes are coming back at you. Legs are energized. Calves are on the floor. Maybe the gap from behind the knees is getting closer as well. Torso is tall. Stomach is in. Shoulders are up, back, and down. Almost like being seated at attention. All right, inhale. And exhale, recover just a bit. Okay, let's do a twist action here. Let's start with the right leg. Go ahead and bend the right leg, please. And we're hugging that leg in so the right thigh is pressing into the lower right abdominal side. And we're going to twist to the right. So I'm going to use my left hand to hold onto that right knee. Right hand's behind, and I twist. If you're in for a variation on this one, do the one you're ready for. The bind works great on this one. And that's taking that left hand, wrapping it around the right leg with your right arm reaching behind you. Yeah, it looks great in Yoga Journal. But twist, no matter how, twist, twist, look over the right shoulder, and recover. Whew. Extend the right leg down, lift the left leg up. Hug that leg in just a bit here, and let's twist to the left. So my right hand holds on to that knee, left hand supports, and my left hand keeps my torso a little taller. That's what I'm gunning for. Hold in tight, twist, twist, and twist. Looking over the left shoulder. Nice, one more breath. And with your exhale, recover. Shake the legs out. And we're all lying down on our backs for bridge pose. As you lie down, legs are bent yet again. Heels close to the hips, hands down next to the feet. All right, let's do this, folks. Your call on this one. Go as high as you like. Other than that, press the feet down, press the pelvis up. So variations here, you can clasp your hands underneath your bum, pressing the pelvis up. You can keep the heels in close. I don't want the feet to spread out too far. Chin gets closer to your chest. Do not look left or right. Just look exactly where you're at, straight ahead or straight up. Press the pelvis up a little higher. You're working your quadriceps. Your core is in. Your glutes are tight. And stick with your breath. Nice deep inhalations. One more breath. And recover slowly. One vertebra at a time, bringing it down. Now, if you're loose and flexible and you want to do Dhanurasana, upward bow, you're more than welcome. That's having the hands next to the head, fingers pointing back and pressing your whole torso up. That is option for you if you're ready for it. Everybody else, let's do another bridge. Press down at the feet and the shoulders and roll up. So we're pressing the pelvis up. And if you don't believe me, your glutes, your butt, it's tight. The muscles are engaged as you press your pelvis up. You can reach up and feel them if you like. Clasp your hands underneath your bum. Reach out, grab your ankles, but press up. Maybe rolling underneath the shoulder blades a little bit. Give you a little extra support. One more breath. And recover slowly. One vertebra at a time. And windshield wipe the legs left and right. Woo, nice. As we windshield wipe the legs, why don't we go right into Jathara Pranaviti? So let's drop the legs to the left side of the mat. Keep your right shoulder on the mat. And this is our supine twist. So imagine a washcloth. You wring out the washcloth, both ends going opposite directions. We're doing the same thing at the spinal column. Arms are relaxed on the sides. Disengage your Ujjayi Pranayama breath and just breathe slowly. You can even open up your mouth for, a few exhalations as necessary. And just realize that with every exhalation, you relax a little deeper into the posture. Okay. Let's bring the legs up, one at a time or together. Let's go to the other side. I'm taking my legs down to the right. Left shoulder's on the mat. And you can look over your left shoulder as well, but if you have any neck issues, just keep your head neutral. You're fine. You may feel this tug, especially now with the top leg. You can extend that top leg out and tighten this twist. If that's too much for you, just keep the legs where they're at. You're getting a great stretch right here. Looks good, folks. As you start to clear that mind of all the traffic, work, family, the hustle and bustle of life in our awesome country in 2020. And yes, I know the clock is racing through the next year, and it should be a good one. Okay. From here, keep your legs where they're at. We're going to roll our torso to the right, and let's come up to a comfortable seated posture, an easy seated posture that I also call Sukhasana, and all the old yogis called Sukhasana. Legs extended, folded, lotus pose, whatever you'd like. Make yourself nice and comfortable from wherever you're at. Eyes are soft or closed as we give it 3 more relaxed breaths and scan the body. We clear the mind to the best of our ability as we've taken a little bit of time out of this day, out of this week, to concentrate on you. And with a deep inhalation, bring the arms up, palms come together. Exhale the breath as the hands come down past your third eye to your heart center. On your continuing journey, remember always to remain kind, remain gentle, and always remember to stay fearless. Thank you for a great session this evening. Thank you and namaste.